An exciting fact most people don't realize is that even if your salary stays the same, you could still be getting poorer every single day, and the scary part is, it's happening silently. Prices don't rise overnight in a shocking way, but slowly, step by step, they eat away at your money until one day you realize your income just isn't enough anymore. Today we will talk about how inflation is making people poorer. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel 10. Everyday prices keep rising. Everyday things like food, fuel, electricity, and even basic groceries are becoming more expensive day by day. At first, the change feels very small, just a few extra coins here and there, something you barely notice. But over time, these small increases quietly add up into something much bigger. A meal that used to cost a certain amount now costs more. Your monthly electricity bill slowly climbs higher, and even a simple trip to the store feels heavier on your wallet. The real problem is that these changes don't happen all at once, so most people don't realize how much more they are spending until it starts affecting their daily life. What you could easily afford a year ago now feels expensive, and without any major change in your income, your lifestyle slowly starts to feel tighter. 9. Salaries don't keep up while prices keep rising consistently. Salaries usually don't follow at the same pace. In many cases, people work the same job, put in the same effort, and yet their income stays the same for years or increases only slightly. This creates a serious gap where your expenses grow faster than your earnings. Even when you do get a raise, it often feels like relief at first, but in reality, it may not be enough to keep up with the rising cost of living. That small increase in salary gets quickly absorbed by higher rent, more expensive groceries, and rising utility bills. Over time, this means your money doesn't stretch as far as it used to. So even though your paycheck might look bigger on paper, in real life, you're actually earning less than before because your money simply can't buy as much as it once could. 8. Savings lose value. Money sitting in your bank account may feel safe because the number doesn't change, but in reality, its true value is slowly going down. Inflation quietly eats away at your savings without you even noticing it day to day. As prices rise, the same amount of money can buy fewer and fewer things. For example, the money you saved a year ago could cover more expenses than it can today. This means even though your savings look the same on paper, their real buying power keeps shrinking over time. What's dangerous is that many people think saving money alone is enough. But during inflation, doing nothing with your money can actually make you lose value in the long run. 7. Cost of living increases as inflation continues. The overall cost of living rises across the board. Rent goes up, electricity and gas bills become higher, transportation costs increase, and even healthcare becomes more expensive. These are not luxury expenses, they are basic needs that people cannot avoid. Because of this, a larger portion of your income starts going toward just maintaining your daily life. What once felt like a comfortable lifestyle slowly becomes harder to manage. You may find yourself cutting back on small comforts, delaying important purchases, or constantly adjusting your budget just to keep up. Over time, it creates financial stress, as you're working just as hard as before, but getting less comfort in return. 6. Debt becomes harder to manage when inflation rises. Interest rates often go up as well, and this directly affects anyone who has borrowed money. Loans, credit cards, and mortgages all become more expensive to manage. Monthly payments can increase, and the total amount you end up paying over time becomes much higher. For many people, this creates a serious financial burden because they are already dealing with rising daily expenses. Instead of making progress in paying off debt, they find themselves stuck or even falling further behind. The pressure builds as more of their income goes toward repayments, leaving less money for savings or other needs. This makes financial stability even harder to achieve during periods of high inflation. 5. Essentials take priority as prices keep rising. People are forced to focus more and more on basic needs like food, rent, and utilities. These are things you simply cannot avoid, no matter how expensive they become. Because of this, a larger portion of your income goes toward just surviving. Slowly, there's less money left for savings, investments, or even small things that once brought happiness, like eating out or buying something you enjoy. Over time, life starts to feel limited. Instead of planning for the future or enjoying the present, most of your energy goes into managing expenses and making sure you can cover the essentials. Without realizing it, life shifts from living comfortably to just getting by. 4. Investments become risky. Inflation brings uncertainty into the economy, and that uncertainty makes investing more difficult. Markets can become unstable, prices go up and down quickly, and it becomes harder to predict what will happen next. People who try to grow their money through investments often face unexpected losses or lower returns than they hoped for. Even safe-looking options may not perform well during uncertain times. This creates fear and hesitation, causing many people to either lose money or avoid investing altogether. As a result, it becomes harder for the average person to stay ahead financially or build long-term wealth. 3. Middle class gets hit the most. The middle class is usually the most affected by inflation. They depend heavily on fixed incomes, such as monthly salaries, which don't increase fast enough to match rising costs. At the same time, they don't have enough financial cushion to absorb these changes easily. Unlike the wealthy, they can't rely on large investments to protect their money, and unlike lower income groups, they often don't qualify for government support programs. This puts them in a difficult position where they are earning too much to receive help, but not enough to stay comfortable. Over time, their savings shrink, their expenses grow, and their financial stability slowly weakens. 2. Purchasing power declines. One of the most important effects of inflation is the decline in purchasing power. Purchasing power simply means how much your money can actually buy. As inflation rises, the value of money falls, meaning you need more money to buy the same things. For example, what you could buy with a certain amount of money a few years ago now costs much more. This doesn't just affect big purchases, it impacts your daily life. Groceries, transport, bills, everything feels more expensive. Even if your income stays the same, your ability to afford things keeps going down. This silent loss makes it harder to maintain the same standard of living over time. 1. Wealth gap keeps growing at the top. Wealthy individuals often have access to assets like real estate, stocks, or businesses that tend to grow during inflation. These assets increase in value, helping them protect and even grow their wealth. On the other hand, average people usually rely on salaries and savings, which lose value over time. They may not have the knowledge, resources, or opportunity to invest in assets that can keep up with inflation. As a result, the rich continue to grow richer while others struggle to keep up. This creates a widening gap between different income groups, making it harder for many people to improve their financial situation and move ahead in life. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.